don't think we're going to make it home. I think I've got some headwind here. So hopefully with this one, strong wind. Yep, look at this. I can barely push it. What's going on? Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Check it out. Remember this guy? This is the new SKYROVER X1, kind of a new addition from DJI that's not DJI. Anyway, I did a whole review on it. Go ahead and check that out if you want to. I'll have the links down in the description. That review will pop up here. Guess what, guys? Today, I'm finally getting to the range test. It's been threatening thunderstorms today, but it just never happened. So since the wind died down, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Anyway, we're going to do a sport and a normal mode, hopefully, unless it starts raining. So we'll see how far we can get. Remember, I have 3 batteries in the initial flight test. I took one of these batteries to 0. I'm not going to be using that one. We'll do these 2. Only has the controller right now that you have to put your phone on. So I'm going to be putting my Android phone on here. Anyway, guys, let's get started with this range test and see how this thing does. I hope you don't lose it. If we do, at least it's a bright color, right? Okay guys, always a little bit nerve-wracking doing these. My gosh, my first time. So let's give it a boot up and let's get up in the air ASAP. First test is going to be in normal mode. I am recording the screen for you guys so you can see what's happening with this commentary. Wow, that's a storm out there. Look at that on the app. We're going to record a little bit of the video, but not much. I do have a 32 gig card in there. So let's just let it get its location real quick. Get some satellites. We are at 100%. And let's launch right next to this owl. Hopefully it doesn't hit it. Take off. Woo! Okay guys, here we go. Just let it get its home point, go up a little bit, and blast out there. Full speed ahead. I am gonna go to the left here a bit. You see where I'm shooting for is that gap right there. So we're going to keep it low. I don't want to go too high. I do have obstacle avoidance on. Learned my lesson on remember the Air 3S. Remember I just crashed right into one of these trees. That was ridiculous. If you want to see that video, it's on my channel. So here we go, guys, just flying straight out towards that gap. Like I said, looks like there's some thunderstorms out there, but who knows? Okay, so what I wanted to do, guys, is go into settings real quick, and I'm going to take obstacle avoidance off. You see that there? So I'm not sure why my volume is not on, but oh well, at least we won't hear any kind of beeping and stuff. All we have is this owl over here clicking as usual. So we'll keep it low. I'm just pointing kind of directly towards the craft here. You're going to see some information on the screen. Okay, our altitude above my launch point. Whoa, bird going past right there. Down on the bottom left, you're going to see my altitude. Whoa. Yeah, that's a raven just flying right in front. I got a wingman, cool. Then you're going to see the distance right there. You see our 3,700 feet right now, 3,800 feet. We have our mile per hour there right next to it on the bottom left. We're going 26 in normal mode, okay, guys? This is fully pegged. This does have a cruise control. So I have it set to the function button, which is right on top of the controller right here. Let me just tap it once. Cruise control enabled. All right, see that there? So I can let off my thumbstick and we're gonna be cruising at 26, 27 miles per hour. Now the wind is swirling kind of 5 miles per hour, mostly coming from the east, which is to the right of what you see right now. I just wanna make sure I can go up if I need to. Yeah. So you see how I'm going up there, and will it keep that altitude in cruise control? I kind of forget. Yeah, so yeah, okay. So my forward speed is pegged. Don't have to touch it, but I can go up if I want, if I need to get away from some trees and stuff. because I remember I do have that obstacle avoidance off. Let's just go up a little because it looks like those trees are going to run into me. I'm going to record just a tad in 4K 30 for you starting now. Oh, I do have the volume on. Okay. I'm not sure why I didn't hear any home point. Hopefully it knows where our home's at. Yikes. I didn't hear any voice for that one. Did have quite a bit of satellites. Speaking of the satellites, guys, right up here. Wow, we're just skimming the treetops. Okay. Right up here on the top right, 23 satellites. So this has got, it seems like all the same hardware too as the Mini 4 Pro. If not even better on some of the stuff. Because in my initial flight review, this thing was sitting outside in 90-degree temperature while I was going over the Yap for a few minutes, and I had no overheating problems whatsoever. So it's almost like it possibly has a better processor and better cooling or something, even though it has no fan on board. So it didn't overheat there. So guys, we're just about to, I'm a little nervous. You can probably hear it in my voice. I haven't done a range test in a long time. And we are going into a storm. So, gosh, I don't know what's going to happen. So forgive me, I'm just a little bit nervous. I'm pushing up slowly just so we can get above these trees and make sure the image doesn't drop out. Oh yeah, I'm going to stop recording now. I just want to do that really quickly for you guys just to show you what was up. I'm going to tilt the camera down a little bit. You can see the gimbal moving down. A lot of you want more of a angled down view, which is fine. I do want to get some of those clouds though, because that's a beautiful image out there. Don't want to hit these trees. Going up a little bit. But dude, remember, this is the controller you put your phone in. You could also put a tablet with the same bracket you use on the RC, what was it, the N1 controller, where you could extend it for like an iPad mini or whatever. Put that little bracket on. But I'm just using my Android phone for this one, and look how clear the video is. So it's almost like it seems like it's using the same technology, you know, the OcuSync technology. I'm not seeing anything. I don't want to speak too soon because we're just going over a ridge right here. You know, we're going to fly over a few houses here. Look at the RC signal on the top right though. That red up there on the top right is just all the sensors are off. So that's why it's red. But to the left of that, check it out, guys. RC is pegged at full bars, and I'm this low over the ridge. There we go. We're losing one bar right there. But fantastic to know that, you know, let me move the gimbal a little so you can see this beautiful image. My gosh. Just beautiful. Now, obviously, I'm not recording anymore on the drone. This is just what I'm recording on my phone. Maybe can I click on the screen to take that notification off for cruise control? Nope, that just shut off cruise control. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't want to do that. I just hit that X to see if I could get that notification off the screen, and I just screwed up cruise control. So I'm going to peg it again. Gosh, that wasn't smart. Just burnt a little bit of unnecessary power stopping and going up a little. I'm going to press cruise control one more time. Lock it in so I don't have to hold that stick forward. And we're going to cancel this. Do you hear this? Do you see this? We're canceling the auto return. It's warning me. So those of you that are faint of heart or think you should return, you probably should. I'm going to click on that to take that. That's what I was trying to do, is take that notification off. You can't do it for the cruise control. Okay. You probably should turn around when it tells you to, but I'm pretty confident that we can get back. And as long as I'm like around 50 to 55%, I think we're going to go down to, because it's kind of an unknown wind out there. You know what I mean? I think we can just push it. But look at this, guys. I will have had the mileage and kilometer timestamps up on the screen as I'm going out further. We're going between 3 and 4 bars on the RC on the top right there. 72% power, 18,000 feet out. That's like 3 miles so far. So this is promising. I'm just going up a little as I see that signal dropping. We're at a steady 3 now on the RC. It's turning orange. So since the mountain is going up, I can keep climbing if I want to, because I won't be, over altitude. It's going to look like, we're higher on the actual footage on the screen than we actually are. So as long as you're, within 400 feet of altitude from ground level, you are okay. And as we go up here, you can see it climbing is what I'm trying to get at. While we're going out here, this is beautiful, man. Look at this. Let's just move the camera up. Image transmission getting weak. I do want to look at these clouds, though. I will push it up if... there we go. If the transmission gets too weak, I will climb in altitude. You see how it's getting pretty weak? So let's just leave it right here with the camera. Push it up a bit. Starting to get a little choppy. I'm going to push it up and watch us gain signal back. Boom. That was within about 20 feet elevation, and look how much signal it gained. We went from like 1 to 2 bars to 4 bars, just from 20 to 30 feet, I believe that was. So that's what you got to do. If you're losing reception on your video and your control signal, the best thing you can do is elevate and line of sight. By the way, guys, I do have my Wi-Fi on my phone and everything. Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. I haven't turned anything off. I'm just trying to do a clear line of sight straight to the drone, which seems like is working. So I think we're going to be okay for a while. Dropping a little bit between 3 and 4 bars. We're 64%. I got to watch that. Sometimes I lose track of my percentage, and I end up talking and getting lost in conversation with you guys, trying to explain things, and I forget to look at at the power. But look at this, 63%. 1, 2, 3, 4, 25,000 feet. We're almost 4 miles here. Remember, this is an equivalent for a Mini 4 Pro on a standard battery. Remember, this is a below 249 gram drone. So it's below 250. This is a super light drone. It looks like it's the perfect time of day to do this. There's literally no wind right now. A little bit like from the east, though. Look at that. On the compass on the bottom left, check it out. It's fighting some wind coming from the right. You can see that on that compass there, how you have that horizon line in the blue-green. That means the drone is tilted to the right a little, trying to fight that. So how far should we go here, guys? Whew, man, 24 satellites, 60%. We got 17 minutes of flight time left. It's just almost like the wind is going. I'm going to go to 55 just to be safe. I do want to do a sport, so I don't want to lose this thing out there before we go into sport, okay? I'm just going to do an easy turn when we get to 55 and come on back, okay? But look at this. We're not even over 400. I'm getting better signal than I did with the Mini 4 Pro on the RC2 controller. Oh, we're losing it a bit. I'm going up. Spoke too soon. So on there, we're a little bit over 400, but not compared to the ground, okay? 56. Okay, we're going to turn around just at 55 here. Let's do it now. Okay, turning, guys. Turning quick. We're still in cruise control. Oh boy, what I'm not seeing is a virtual home point. Woo! Look at that sky. Where I am, it's clear. So, sorry, I'm just kind of nervous with all this stuff going on. It's always nerve-wracking. So the sun is over to our left. It is the evening time. It's around what? It's 6 o'clock right now, p.m. I'm going to pull it down. Look at our signal. It just, boom. It got way higher. With this controller, it literally almost seems like... Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't want to speak too soon here. Come on, let's get our signal back. There we go. It seems like it almost has better signal a little bit, but I could be wrong. I think I'm just probably having a good day for it. This is a little concerning. My speed, look at this. My speed went down to 20 from 26. So yikes. So I think what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to try to put it in return to home. I'm holding in the H button. It shouldn't go up. It should just keep going forward. So it's going to hopefully return to home at the... Oh boy. It's going to hopefully return to home at the most efficient speed. Yeah, I keep getting that remote controller signal problem. So it turned back on all the sensors, guys. What I might want to do is just push forward again and turn off the return to home. There we go.
Return to home promptly.
Kind of interesting though. It seemed like in the return to home it made it go faster than I could go in normal speed. So anyway, guys, on that limit there, I will have the mileage, exactly mileage in kilometers up, so you guys know exactly how far we went. Whoa, this is a little bit nerve-wracking though. I almost feel like I'm getting blown to the right. Keep getting warnings, all the same warnings you get with a DJI. Remember, guys, this is just like a DJI, but they're calling it a different name. I don't know why, just to either diversify or get away from the DJI name, maybe in the USA with all the problems they've been having with the Department of Defense and all that crap. Anyway, this one is an option. I think we might need to bail on this one. I don't know. I want to keep coming down lower. Lower you can go, usually the more efficient you should be, as long as you don't lose control signal. I don't know, guys. I just feel like I'm drifting to the right a little. Maybe it's just in my head. But you see that? The trees just look like they're going back and to the left. Now they're going straight. Sketchy. Sketchy stuff here. Battery low. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna make it home. I think I've got some headwind here. So hopefully with this one, strong wind. Yep. Look at this. I can barely push it. What's going on? Oh crap. I'm gonna go back into return to home so it can do what it thinks it needs to do. Whoa, we're getting hit by some wind over here. Ooh, man, I keep getting a vibration. Look at that. Look at the compass. It's getting whacked from the west. Dude, yeah, we're not getting home on this. What's going on here? I thought it was going to be fairly calm, but it can barely move. Okay. 24%. Oh, man, now I'm getting really nervous. Jeez, guys. Nope, can't press power and shut off that sound. I'm just going to let it beep. know a lot of you are getting irritated by that, but it just seems like this is probably the most efficient way to go. Man, I think I'm gonna have to drive and get this, guys. Look at this strong wind again. It can barely move. At least we're going 26 now. It's just gusting. Man. There's no way I'm gonna make it back. 3 miles out and 20% to go. Look at that compass again. It's just wailing on it. I need to bring this thing down. Can't go down and return to home. We keep getting strong wind warnings, crazy gusts. Okay, well, I hope we can at least get near the road, and then I'll land it kind of close to where I've landed it before. Either in the park over there or along the road somewhere, because look at this, man. Just a bad, going into the storm like that, the winds are changing. Look at this strong wind again. And I'm getting a vibration for that. I haven't felt a vibration before on the DJIs. Look at this, 14%. We're still like almost 3 miles out. We just got whacked by wind, guys. Man, I thought this was going to be way calmer. And look at that, the wind just basically stopped. So it's just gusting once in a while and eating that battery like crazy. 12%. Okay, this is where, here we go. I'm going to take over. I'm going to stop the return to home. Okay, now we're getting this, oh crap, low battery landing. You see that there? So what I'm going to try to do,
Landing.
oh crap.
Low battery warning.
So same stuff that DJI does, you can still push up on it. But look at this, we're 9%. We're still 13,000 feet away from home. %. Okay, I gotta be looking at a place to land here. And I think it's probably gonna be on the side of the road here. Let's point down here. Yikes. I wanna try to get like, man, that didn't go as planned for sure. I wanna try to get somewhat off the road. Okay, I have good RC signal, so I shouldn't lose connection until I'm like way down there. I don't want to go on any fenced in areas. I don't want to really go on any known trails. So here we go. This is what I'm going to do. I know I can fly a little more than 0% from the flight test. Battery power restricted. Yes, I know. I'm gonna try to get right over here. Just following the road, guys. This is the right thing to do, right? Following the side of the road and getting ready to point that camera down. I just want to get as far as I possibly can. I don't want to land in a tree, obviously. Going, going, going. Okay, let's just do it, because it's gonna cut me out of going up at 0. So let's get right over this clearing here. See this dead tree? And let's let it land right here, guys. Right here. Okay. Guess what? That's where we're going. And we lost it. Well, we didn't lose it, but I'm going to go into the Find My Drone now. I'm going to show you this real quick. If we go into Home, we go into our account, Find My Drone. Okay, going into Find My Drone. And so it's right on the side of the road here. It got the last known position. Yep. So in the, check it out. In the imagery, I can see where it is. It's next to that dead tree. So I'm going to use this location to find it. Hopefully it landed flat on the ground and nobody's taking it right now. But let's see if we can get there, guys. Whew, man, my heart is racing. You ready to go find the drone, buddy? Okay, guys, here we go. We're going to go find it. This is it. Getting kind of nervous because it looks like it's going to rain. So there's our location. Following it. That's what's so great about the Find My Drone is you just follow it. Getting close. Whoa, whoa, whoa. See where it should be, guys? Right in that back there. Right back there, Tycho. We're going to go, okay? Okay, let's get out and go get it. Come on, Tycho. Hey, there it is. Right exactly where it said it was. Look at that. Boom. So that's the way you do an emergency landing, guys. There's some red ants around it, so be careful. You see how it just shut itself off? That's the way to do it. Just when you start getting to zero, I mean, it'll fly about a half a minute past zero. It'll just start dropping at zero. You can still control it, but it gets really slow. And you just want to look for an opening like this. Landmarks, dead tree, easy to find. Whoa. Oh, red ant, get off. Ah! Let's get home, guys, and do a pros and cons. Do want to like just talk about exactly what happened, what to do, what not to do. Well, guys, here we are back at base. That was interesting, wasn't it? Hang around if you want to see that sport range test. I think I'm going to put it in the same video. The weather looks good. There shouldn't be any rain tomorrow morning, and it should be nice and calm. So stick around if you want to see that, but let's do an assessment of that first flight. And that was the way to do it. We just found the clearing, pointed the camera down, went down, and then you could see as soon as I almost hit the ground, I lost signal because of all that vegetation and everything, just cutting the signal out. It was right on top of that hill. You see that first mountainous hill? That's where we were, a couple miles away. Obviously didn't make it home because it ran into some crazy gusty winds out there. That just goes to show like how fast and how much that influences a drone, especially a light drone like this. I could sense that it was pushing me to the right since we were coming back this way and we're getting some gusts from the east. You could see, I mean, in the video, it was pushing me like this. At times it almost stopped. It couldn't fight that wind. One out of a few times I've only done it correctly. A lot of times I just keep trying to push it and I don't land until I'm out of juice, and then by that time it lands in a tree or something like that Mini 4 Pro did a couple years ago. But that one was recovered. If you want to check that out too, that's a whole story in itself. Anyway, guys, buckle up. We're gonna do one more range test in sport mode. Okay, guys, here we go again. Sport mode test. Wind seems a little calmer. We're not having any storm issues. So we're going to put this thing up. We went pretty far last time, guys, in the normal mode. Even though we didn't make it back, we got out there like 28,000 and some feet. That's over 5 miles, okay? So anyway, let's do it. By the way, no updates since my initial review. Let it get a few satellites and let's launch right away. Boom, taking off. Woo! And let's go right out that way. I'm just going to be in normal mode for a second so we don't hit any trees again like I did last time, right? Go up a little bit and then I'm going to switch into sport immediately. Okay, switching into sport, guys. Boom. Sport mode, so we went from 26 to 35 to 36. Nice. We'll see how we do. I don't know if we're going with the wind or I think it's just coming from the east, kind of like the northeast of Tad. So here we go. Here's our camera. I just like to move the camera around once in a while just to give us an idea of how things are looking. But same thing, guys, we're just heading straight for that gap. It does seem like it's a calmer, nicer day, not so variable today. It's like super calm. I think it was just because there was possibly a little bit of a storm coming, that, you know, the currents of the wind get a little weird yesterday for that normal test. So hopefully we're a little bit more fruitful here. So guys, we're going out at 35 and change miles per hour. And we're already just about a mile. Again, I'll have those mileage and kilometer milestones up when we do hit those. I definitely don't want to hit any trees, right? In sport mode like I did with that Air 3S. So I'm just going to keep it above these trees and keep an eye on it. Well, we're in some cloud shading here. Interesting. We just hit a mile. What do I want to do here? Yeah, I want to put it in cruise control. So fully pegged, tapping the function I have set for cruise. And you can set that in the menu, guys. You can set what clicking once on the function button does on this controller. And you can click on what it does for double tapping it as well. So anyway, I'm just checking my mic, making sure I'm recording for you. I think it's always good to have commentary with these kind of flights. So keeping it up a little bit. We got some partially cloudy day today. Boy, yeah, we might get pretty far, but I don't know. These are always risky with a little bit of wind in one direction or the other, you know. I mean, like I said, the app said that we should be pretty easy on the wind today. I think it's just about 4 miles per hour from the east, northeast. So anyway, I'm recording this screen so you guys can just really, I'm feeling some wind coming from my back and kind of swirling where I'm standing on the balcony here. So I don't know how it's going to be back there, but we can see that. Remember the compass I have up on the left. Oh, you know what I wanted to try, guys? Let me get up a little higher here so I'm not hitting any trees when I'm trying this. I haven't tried to use those sensor cameras yet. So one thing I noticed that was different is this SKYROVER doesn't have any of the AR virtual graphics on the screen that the Mini 4 Pro does. You know, like that line back to your home point and the virtual home point. I haven't seen that on this. And I looked in the options and I hadn't seen that anywhere. Man, we are screaming, huh? But anyway, what I was saying is we're looking at that compass on the left. We're looking at our horizon line, which is that blue there.
Battery level is low.
What?
Aircraft will return to
Cancel
home
that.
in 10 seconds.
Battery low at 84%?
Return to home promptly.
Is it sensing wind? That's really weird, man. Let's go up a little higher. Don't want to hit any power lines and all that stuff. We're just going to blow right through this kind of country subdivision. Try not to go over houses if I can help it. We might skim past a few. But anyway, what I wanted to try, guys, that's amazing how it's saying return already. That's weird, man. I don't know. Maybe this thing doesn't have quite as good of a processor algorithm. Or maybe it's just being super safe. I don't know. But maybe it senses the wind at its back and it's telling me, it's trying to notify me. But of course, I'm going to ignore that. So here's the cameras I was talking about, guys. Check this out. Can we expand this? Yes. So these are unstabilized cameras. That's the forward obstacle cameras. That's the back. You see how that thing is pitched way far forward? Look at that. Here's the right. It switches back to the up automatically. And there's the left. Whoa, interesting. Anyway, there we go. Let's get back out of here. Click on there. I want to go back to my compass. Boom. But that's pretty awesome how you can choose to look at those obstacle avoidance cameras. That's pretty neat. I don't know really why you'd want to do that. Unless you wanted to see if everything was okay. Maybe you thought like a bird hit your propeller or something. I don't know. So 35.6 on average. 35, 36 going out. And I think we're getting some back east wind. So, whoops. We're getting low. Let's pull it up. There we go. I just picked up like 20 feet again, remember? We're getting good signal. So I'm probably going to go down to, I don't know, 60, 65, maybe 60, and then we'll just push it back in sport. Make sure we can get home. We'll probably let it do a return to home initially. We'll get its home point locked in, and then I'll push it with the sport coming back. And that's going to eat some power, but we could always switch back into normal. I don't know. This is always super sketchy if you're having a little bit of wind. I think we're going to have a tiny bit of headwind coming back. Or maybe a lot. Who knows? There was a lot last time. That was crazy last time, remember? So getting low on signal. Going to pick it up a little more. Let's get it up here. 22,000 feet out. Remember, we went 28 and change on the normal test and didn't make it back. We were like 2 or so miles from home. So I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go, man. Don't know. If we hit some gnarly wind, it's not going to make it back again. 65. So I don't know. This one may be more efficient in normal mode. I'm not sure. I do want to try to make it. Yeah, we'll just turn around at 60, and I'm hoping we can get past that 28,000. I think it was 28,500-ish feet. But I will have had that on. Hopefully you guys hung out for this second sport test, and you're seeing that. So when it's at 60, I'm just going to hit return to home. Maybe at 61. I'm not sure. Let's pick it up a little, get more signal. Can we get more signal? Yeah, man, this seems like it has OcuSync 4. It's doing the same kind of stuff as OcuSync 4, still getting a clear picture. 26. Can we make 28? I don't think so, guys. Not down to 60%. Okay, hitting return to home.
Return to home.
Let's let her go. Do her thing. We'll just let her lock in and start coming back. And then I'm just going to push it in sport. So it should be locked in. I'm going to press forward and turn off. Return to home.
Low battery. Return to home.
Ooh, it's warning me. Okay, so you see what I did there? I locked it in. Since there's no virtual home point, it's not so easy. You can still look at your compass there on the left to see where your home point is. But you don't have that virtual home point to get right in the center on screen like you do the other DJI drones. I'm going to keep dropping it down just slightly. But what I don't want to do is lose signal while I'm flying it manually. So I want to have at least 2 to 3 bars. So I will, let's get that camera back down a little bit. Get that error off the screen. I will drop it slowly as signal allows. I'm going down slowly right now because I want to be as low as possible while still having signal. That's the idea here. Whoa, there's some wind. I'm feeling gnarly wind at me right now, but it's coming from, it feels like it's coming from my back. So maybe we're getting some, yeah, look at that compass on the left. We're getting hard from the east. Getting some transmission, weak signals. Okay, the wind is gusting up here. Boy, always at the wrong time, right? What the heck? Man, now the wind decides to come up when I'm coming home. That's not good. I haven't seen wind errors yet, warnings, so that's a good sign. Remember last time, just seeing image transmission warnings. So definitely a good sign. What's up, hummingbird? Whoa, he's checking us out. Thought he was going to try to get the camera for a second. going at my hat cam. Boy, but this is more promising though. I just keep getting these image transmission warnings. I'm just going to keep bringing it down slowly to try to get the least amount of wind resistance as possible. Who knows, out there the wind might be going a different direction. It's really weird here in the mountains. You get different channels and eddies and zones of swirling winds, and it could be blowing one way for 1 second and then it swirls the next way, and that's why it's so hard to fly a kite out here. I swear, it's me and my little boy Taika, a little 3-year-old. We try to go to the park over here once in a while, and it's almost impossible to fly a kite. You get it up going one way, and then all of a sudden the wind just decides to change direction. Okay, guys, 34%. Come on. It's deciding to gust right now. Really? Hard gusts where I'm at. On my balcony. Come on. Anyway. Can't change nature, right? It's going to do what it wants to do. So I'm kind of going down just to try to get out of this wind zone. The higher you go, the more wind you're going to have. And I don't know what direction it's blowing out there, because it's swirling around where I'm standing on my balcony here. Anyway, so I've just been pushing forward, guys, the whole time. Let me put it back in cruise control. That'll make it easier, huh? But look at our speed coming back. 32 at times. Whoa. 25? That's insane. Let's get it down low here. Of course the wind is coming up now. Of course. Of course. So we were getting down to like 25. Now we're only going 30. Remember, we're going like 35, 36 going out. So we're up to like 10 mile per hour lower coming home. So this might be just barely making it. You never know. What? Down to 17? See, that's what I'm talking about, man. This wind is just so weird over here. Now we're back up to almost 30. Yep, 30. 31. We'll just kind of skim the treetops in sport mode. I know it's risky, but as much as possible, get out of that wind column. Because it seems like the higher I go, the more wind there is up there. Yeah, wow, yeah, there's a forward east breeze hitting it right now. Let me see if I push all the way forward. Can I go any faster? Oh boy, that knocked it way down. What the heck? I guess we're just hitting wind. It's interesting how it's not giving me any wind warnings, though. I don't know if that's a good or a bad sign, but I'm not getting any of those wind warnings. That was... Okay, here we go. 15%, and we're almost 2 miles away. What should I do, guys? Keep on going? Man, should I switch to normal mode? This sport mode's just gonna eat this battery like crazy. Really? Okay. Pushing forward, it's gonna try to land on its own unless I push up. Holy crap. Here we go again. Never fails. Come on, baby. Whoa, I can barely push up here. 10%. Man, I gotta look for a landing zone. That. Jeez. I don't know. Can we make it? Look, we're only going 15 now. I've been trying to push up. Man, are we gonna bail right where the Mini 4 Pro was? I don't know. I'm just barely creeping along at 9 miles per hour, really? Jeez. We got 7% left. Oh, I don't know, but I think I can see my house out there. Should we try to zoom in real quick? Whoa! That was weird. I think that's my house directly straight ahead. You see over there? Boy, that got weird with the zooming on that tree. I need to zoom back, but I don't want to take my altitude stick off. Okay, ooh, up. Alright guys, 4%. I want to see if I can at least get into the neighborhood zone. I can barely see my screen. This is not helping with this sun here. Jeez Louise, man. Come on, baby, 2%. Man, this is gonna be another one, dude. I gotta look for a place to bail. There's the park. Oh my gosh, here we go. Okay. What do I do? What do I do? Think. Go closer to the road. Going closer to the road. Okay. Going closer to the road, guys. I'm ditching it over here. Try to get close to the road as possible. Let's see if this one drops out of the sky. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Critically low. I'm just trying to get like a little closer to the road. Come on, just let me. Okay, there's the power lines. So what I'll do, I'll get somewhat close to the power lines, tilt the camera all the way down. Right here. Okay, I'm tilted all the way down, guys. We'll let it land right in this. See this spot? Okay, so this is the safest way to do it. You know, we're still over a mile away. Geez, that didn't go as planned, did it? So we'll let it land right here in the center of this dead brush. It's cutting out signal. It may have dropped out of the sky. We're gonna find out. I didn't even look to see how high we were, but that's it, folks. Another one bites the dust. Man, it's always a challenge. Gosh, I just got like really nervous and sweaty. But anyway, so second time we had to ditch it. That was a little closer. At least we know that it's in a clearing. I had the camera faced all the way down. Let's go see if we can locate it with Find My Drone. Yeah, so a little closer. Remember the other one was right on this S turn right here. The normal mode. This one we got a lot closer. So I'm just off the road. I know I'm near the telephone wires somewhat. I think this is the telephone wires here on the left side. I'm going to center it in. And so I'm just right in this clearing. So, all right, another search and rescue. Okay, all I need is my phone and the truck should be okay. All locked up. Let's see if we can find this thing, guys. So, oh yeah, okay, so there's the telephone poles, or telephone lines, power lines. Yeah, this should be the right way. I think it's in this clearing right over here. Getting close, getting close. Are we gonna see it? I hope it didn't drop out of the sky and break itself. We should be able to tell that. Let's get an eye on it. Any rattlesnakes around here? I see it down there, exactly where I put it down. You see it over there? I see it. Oh, it's so easy to spot with that color. I love it. The DJI gray would have been just blending right in with these dead sticks and wood and rocks. But look at this orange color. Ooh, we fell, guys. We dropped. And this is a great example. The rear legs folded up. So, did all this on its own. It looks like it must have fallen. Remember when it just cut out? Ooh, yeah. So it looks like okay, this is what I think happened. I think it did drop out of the sky because I was so far below zero, and the weight of the front just made it drop this way. Arms still feel okay. And when it hit so hard, these guys, the gravity of hitting and the inertia, I think it just went like this. It hit the ground and these just went boom, because it hit so hard face first. That's my assessment, guys, because the whole front here is dirty. You see that? The gimbal and camera, it feels okay, but they took a hard hit, man. If they would have hit a rock, boy, that would have been the end of it, this camera. But it looks like there's some scuffing and dirt, and all of it is just right here in the front. Sensors look okay, but you can tell it just went into the dirt here, a little scuffing here, face first. And that's probably why, remember the DJI Mini 4 Pro? That's probably why the rear arms were folded in on that one too. Remember, the rear arms were folded, one was out, and I think one was broken when Gary found it down there a ways. So this one didn't even make it as far. So of course this is the standard battery on this, but it looks like, yeah, it's just not. I even turned around at 60%. Remember that? I mean, I know I was in sport, but it just doesn't seem quite as efficient as a DJI drone would be. I'm not sure if it's the battery or the just efficiency of the drone itself. We did hit some wind on the way back, and you can see how that eats the battery like crazy with just a few gusts. You can see that speed slowing down, and it's like dead calm right now. So it's just like you're at the mercy of nature, you know, that's just how it goes. Probably would have almost made it back if we didn't have those wind gusts and that stuff happening. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I think that's gonna wrap it up from my 2 tests today. I may try another one when it's calmer, so stay tuned to the channel. What to do in a scenario like this. I'm finally learning my lessons and actually implementing them. You just gotta, like, you know, keep your head on straight and not panic out, because you wanna just keep pushing it, but then it's too late, you know what I mean? You just go too far below zero, it will eventually just drop out of the sky. It goes into a self-landing, but I know that this thing dropped. The way it hit the ground and the arms were folded in and how dirty it was here. There's no way that this thing landed softly and all this happened to it. I do want to do some of that automated flight, you know, those waypoints, and see what this thing's good at, but you could also see some of the things this thing doesn't have that the other DJI drone has. Didn't have that virtual AR graphics on it, and I really like that, especially for that home point. So this doesn't have that. Maybe eventually they'll implement it, but it seems like it's just a cheaper version that does a lot of good stuff the same, but some of it is just lacking a little bit. Anyway, guys, I'll let you go now. Thanks for tuning in. A lot more to come with this and other drones and all other kinds of tech, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.